So I managed to get around to watching The Orphan First Kill today, and I definitely want to do an episode devoted to that, but now is not going to be that day. I've had a busy week, and so I don't want to get into a half-hour video, potentially, of me discussing the show. But a little spoiler on my thoughts on the movie. I did not like it anywhere near as much as the original. But I will go into that another time after I've had the opportunity to rewatch it and take some notes for a future video. So because I wanted to do a much shorter video today, I've been thinking, what can I possibly do a video on? And then as I was getting dressed, it suddenly dawned on me, what can I talk about? Buc-ee's! Now, for those that don't know, Buc-ee's is a chain of gas stations that started in Texas and until recently was only in Texas. Now, I first heard of them in 2018, shortly before I went to visit some friends in the Houston area. I refuse to pronounce it the incorrect Texan way. I pronounce it the way we do here in Central Georgia. It is Houston, damn it. So I decided when I went out there, all my friends were like, you gotta go to Buc-ee's, you gotta go to Buc-ee's. And I instantly fell in love. Now, yes, it is a gas station, but it's got a lot of nice things in there. Clothing, coolers, just all sorts of different stuff. And it is huge. It actually, looking on Google Maps, it almost looks like a mini airport. It is so big. A few of the highlights that I discovered there that I really, really loved, and we actually have one in my area now. I am so thankful for that. That is the definite one of the biggest things I missed in Texas was being able to go to Buc-ee's. But I used to go pretty much daily and get kolaches. For those that don't know, kolaches are generally like a sausage and maybe some cheese, baked into this nice fluffy roll. They're not really big here in Georgia, kolaches. Like, I wasn't even familiar with them when I went out there, but they have such a good one. I love the jalapeno cheddar sausage in one. Absolutely delicious. There's also places in Texas called the Kolache Factory, I think, where they have a bunch of different kinds that Buc-ee's doesn't have, including like a pepperoni one. But Buc-ee's, I definitely preferred theirs. It is just so delicious. One of the things that I really enjoyed there was that they, for the coffee, they had some Ghirardelli chocolate syrup that you could pour into your cup of coffee. And I loved the white chocolate in it. It was so good. When the Buc-ee's opened near me, they did have that, but then last year when there started being supply issues, it seems like they've switched. The last time I looked, they weren't even using Ghirardelli syrup. They were using some other brand. And so I don't know if that's the new normal for Buc-ee's or if that was an issue for my local one. There's only one in the area, so I can't go around shopping to compare. I'm not going to go way up to the Atlanta area to find the other Buc-ee's in Georgia. But a few of the other things that they had that I really liked is I've always been a fan of Dippin' Dots, but they're super hard to find in this area. You used to occasionally be able to find them at the mall, but not so much anymore. And there are some places you can still get them at the gas station, but it's only the pouches that you buy. Whereas at Buc-ee's, you can get them in a cup, 3 different sizes. They'll scoop them for you. They also have a bunch of different types of fudge that are delicious. There's a banana pudding one that is really, really good. They have a ton of flavors of ices. I love the Big Red flavor. Big Red, for those that don't know, is a soda that kind of has a bubblegum, I guess you would describe it, taste. And it goes good as an icy as well. So there's also, I want to think there's 120 pumps or so at the local Buc-ee's near me. One thing that's funny is that when they started to open, I told everyone around here, if you go to Buc-ee's, you're never going to have to wait for gas again because there's so many pumps. And while I would say that's probably still technically true, you might have to do a bit of driving before you actually get to a pump that's open because the place is constantly crowded. Unless you go at like 3 a.m. in the morning, there is a ton of people there. Buc-ee's is also very, very well known for their super clean restrooms. I usually can't stand using a public restroom, but I liked Buc-ee's so much that sometimes I would go there to use the restroom instead of using the restroom at my friend's house. One of the things I liked is that there was hand sanitizer between each urinal in the men's room, and in the not the women's room, in the stalls. I don't know what the women's room is like. In the stalls of the men's room, instead of those flimsy seat cover things, they actually had some kind of spray that you could put on a piece of toilet paper to clean off the toilet seat before you even sit down. So I actually just really, really liked going to the restroom there. Other things they have there, they have a ton of different supplies of their own. Like they make their own beef jerky. They've got a ton of that. They've got delicious beaver nuggets, which are syrupy kind of snack. They have like different like olives and stuff that they package themselves, just all sorts of stuff. And generally speaking, the gas prices are among the cheapest in the area. My local Buc-ee's is actually pretty close to a Walmart that has its own gas station out front. So they're usually a little cheaper, but I think they've got like 4 to 8 pumps. So if you go there, you're definitely going to wait. So yeah, Buc-ee's is just definitely my favorite gas station. It's the only gas station I've really looked forward to going to. When one opened in the area, I thought I would go a lot more, but actually now having access to one, I don't make the trip as often as I used to. But I do pretty much get all my gas there, and I do like to stop in every now and then, get me a kolache. Man, those things are good. Oh, and they've also got like pulled pork and stuff. You can order different kinds of sandwiches and stuff. I know there's other places you can do that as well, like QT and Wawa. But just so much good stuff going on at Buc-ee's. And they have the cutest beaver mascot. Occasionally you'll see a guy, a furry, walking around inside in the Buc-ee's mascot uniform. So Buc-ee's is a great place. My only real complaint with Buc-ee's is that my understanding is they do not allow visible tattoos on the employees. If you have like a tattoo here or so, you have to wear long sleeves, is my understanding, to cover them up. So I'm not a big fan of that. While tattoos aren't my thing, I don't like to force people to hide them or whatever. So that's my one fault with Buc-ee's. But other than that, it is definitely the best gas station in this area, and one that I hope everyone gets the chance to check out for themselves someday. For now, that's all for this Wednesday Rambling. I'm Ravi O'Leaf, and I hope you turn in next time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.